nice to see you all out here. Do you know it's been 2 years since we've gathered together in any sort of way like this? So, some of us might not remember that we always start the Peace Poll with one of our favorite school songs, Peace Like a River. And today, I have a guest singing with me, as you're going to see. Okay? This is Miss Panico. She's a student teacher. My Monday and Wednesday morning kids know her really well. So she's going to help you with your sign language. Let's kick off our Peace Poll with Peace Like a River, okay? Let's hear you. All right, let's hear you, friends. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my school. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my school. You sound great. Help us. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean in my school. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean in my school. Nice. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my school. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my school. All right. I've got hope like a rainbow. I've got hope like a rainbow. I've got hope like a rainbow in my school. I've got hope like a rainbow. I've got hope like a rainbow. I've got hope like a rainbow in my school. Nice job, special agents. Nice job, Miss Panico. Amazing job, boys and girls. Nice. So in just a second, my dear friend, Mrs. Spalding, who is joined with Mrs. Sexton here, who used to be kindergarten teachers at our school, they're responsible for putting in the Peace Poll, and they want to talk to you a little bit about it. Now, they're retired, so remember that means that they get to go out and have walks and eat breakfast with their friends and things like that, just like your grandparents. But this morning, they're back to teach us a little bit about our Peace Poll. So come on over, Mrs. Spalding.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mrs. Spalding, and I used to be here teaching kindergarten and first grade a long time ago, before you guys were born, probably. Anyway, and that's Mrs. Sexton, my good friend and other kindergarten teacher. Anyway, the very first place that I saw a Peace Poll was in Mrs. Sexton's backyard, because she and her family have one because they know that peace is so important. So we kind of thought, well, that is a really good idea. We ought to have one at Houghton School, because every day when kids walk on this sidewalk, they should be able to think about, oh, it's really important. I need to do my part for peace in our whole world and in our school and in our families. So we talked to Mr. Cipro, and he agreed, yep, we ought to have a Peace Poll. So we did. We got a Peace Poll, and it was a really interesting time because the Peace Poll has just as many sides as the yellow pattern block that you have in your classrooms has. How many sides is that, and what's that shape? What do you think? Yep. Yes, it's a hexagon. It has 6 sides. So that means that we could put enough languages for 6 or 7 different places on Earth. We had kind of an easy time with a few of them, but not not with some of the others. But first of all, is there anybody here who speaks Spanish? All righty, Spanish is on our peace poll, right here. Is there anybody who speaks Chinese? Okay, a couple of people who speak Chinese. That one is over here. Is there anybody who speaks Hindi? You speak Hindi, awesome. And you do too. Hindi is right back there. Now, is there anybody here who speaks English? That would be all of us, yes. And that one is right here. And it says, may peace prevail on earth. That means to prevail means to have power. So we want peace to have power all over our earth. Anyway, we have two more sides to the peace poll. On one of them, we used a language that you already used this morning, and that's sign, because people all over the world use sign. And there's also the language of Braille. People who can't see can read by feeling, and there are little dots that you can read, and that tells you what the words are. There are those little dots right here in our school. Anybody know where? Where? The boys' bathroom. Where else? Yeah. Probably in the cafeteria. They're actually on every single doorway. There's a little sign with the number of the room and maybe a teacher's name. And if you feel underneath that, there are dots. And that's Braille to tell the number of the classroom. So that if someone who can't see is in our school, they'll know where they are. Pretty cool. So there's one more side to the peace poll. And this time we had the hardest time because we wanted to use other languages, but there were so many that we couldn't decide. So we said, all right, let's think back in the history of our town of Sterling. What language do you think the Native Americans who lived here, the Nashaways, might have spoken? Anybody know? What do you think? Well, they didn't know English yet because the people who spoke English hadn't gotten here yet, but that's a good guess. After a while they did. One more idea. What do you think? Greek. That would be a great language to speak because that's a really old one, but that's not what they used. They were called the Nashaways, and they were part of the Algonquin tribe, so they spoke Algonquin. And that language is one nobody ever wrote down, but we figured out how to write it because we got in touch with some people who actually are Algonquin and speak that language. They figured out how to write it. So it's over there on the other side of our peace bowl. So when you go by, take a look. And remember, it's all of our jobs to help peace have enough power in our world. Now, our good friends here, the special agents, Ms. Wilkie and Mr. Walsh and Mrs. Blehar, they are amazing people because every single year they come up with a great way for us to celebrate our peace poll and that we can do our job for peace in the world. And so with that, go right back to Miss Wilkie.
Thank you, Mrs. Spalding. Great job. All right. Well, my friends, I hope that while you've been out here, you've noticed all of the amazing artwork, whether it's hanging from a line or it's on a stand like our beautiful hearts. And I hope that there's a time that you can come on out later and look for your artwork and more that will be hanging up in our school building in the next week. This time I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Blehar, who has a few words about your amazing artistic efforts.
Thank you, Ms. Wilkie. Today we are so fortunate to gather together as a community for our Peace Bowl celebration. Take a moment to look around at the beautiful artwork that our Houghton artists have created for this special occasion. The bold, colorful heart art that hangs is inspired by the amazing Brazilian artist Romero Brito. Brito's work exudes warmth, hope, and love. just like the art displayed here today. I would like to share a few of Romero Brito's inspiring words with you. I believe that every human being should try to do some good for someone else. There are so many different ways to do it. My art can be an instrument for helping people. What a good feeling that I can do that with my art. Houghton artists, thank you for letting love and creativity be your guide with your beautiful art. Thank you for adding your heart fingerprints to our large community heart. Each color and each heart on our large art piece represents a part of our community, a symbol that we are all together and all connected.
So usually before the last song, it's my job to wrap up a few words. Well, I've been doing that for a while. So this year, it's your turn to wrap up a few words. We had some 3rd and 4th graders that were reflecting with Mrs. Blehar on what our theme, Let Love Be Your Guide, means, and also on some ways that you can show love every day at school. Love is another way to show peace. So let's see. Krish told us, he's right over there, that let love means your guide means to show love everywhere. Okay? Joy told us that let love be your guide means to me to help someone or be kind, nice, and be there to help when they need. Right on, Joy. Nora in the back row told us that Let Love Be Your Guide is a song that expresses your soul and just helps you understand yourself. It's like saying to someone, just be yourself. Don't try to be like anyone else. Express yourself and be you. Beautiful job, Nora. We heard from Mariah in the back row that let love be your guide means to be kind, to treat people the way you want to be treated and have respect. We should be doing our school core values no matter where we are. All great ideas, my friends. Now, Jaden told us that let love be your guide means to follow your guts and your inspiration. He had some more advice about how we can show love in school. He wants us to say nice stuff about your friends and treat them how you want to be treated, and don't say bad stuff. Always compliment them, and that's how you can show love in school. Quinn in 3rd grade told us that that in regular school days, if someone loses their lunch money, you want to give it back. It's good advice to show love by giving back our school money, our lunch money. We can also show love in school, says Luke Duplessis, that if someone needs help, you just help them. Okay? We can show respect. Eva said that we can support each other. And last but not least, we have 2 more. Chase Cook said that we can show love in our school by playing with someone on the buddy bench. And Ben Mason says we can show love in our school by saying nice stuff to other kids. Boys and girls, as Mrs. Blehar and I read through these, we know that every day you make choices to let love be your guide. We're always working with caring and trying our best, and that's how our love here today is going to go out into the world. So I know you've been dying for it. It's time to sing Let Love Be Your Guide, okay? Remember, we want to hear you sing these words. We want your energy out in the world. So let's get ready.
There's something I must tell you now. Let love be your guide. The longing of the human heart knows how to let love be your guide. I stood among you and I knew. Let love be your guide. It was clear what you were here to do. Let love be your guide. Be your guide when you're weary. Be your guide when you're unsure. The winds Let love be your guide. But I know you'll be marching till the peace is won. Let love be your guide. Be your guide when you're weary. Be your guide when you're unsure. The winds of change are on your side. Let love be your guide. Be your guide when you're weary. Be your guide when you're unsure. The winds of change are on your side. Let love be your guide.
Nice job, boys and girls. Nice job, Mr. Nico and Mr. Walsh and Mrs. Lehigh. Boys and girls, we are super proud of you. Congratulations on beautiful listening and on beautiful singing, your beautiful art and your beautiful ideas. It was so good that I don't think you should come to school on Monday. You can have Monday off, okay? Oh, you already had it off. Never mind. Still don't come, okay? All right. My teacher friends, if you don't mind leading your children on the way out and around, we really appreciate it. Fabulous job, boys and girls. Thank you, thank you, thank you.